Hello students, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to Learning with Joy. This video is about literary poetic devices, figurative speech. Now I know many students get a bit confused in these. This is just an overview of what literary poetic devices are and what exactly are figures of speech. So here goes. A poetic device is a way of using words to create meaning. Poets often use words differently than prose writers do, but these can be found in any writing, and hence they are also called literary devices. There are many poetic devices, and part of these poetic devices are figures of speech. Figures of speech, therefore, are actually poetic devices. Now I know that in your paper, you are asked for figures of speech or for poetic devices, and many a time these overlap. So that's okay. Now, figures of speech are poetic devices, and this is a much broader category. A poetic device could be something as simple as these. So you have repetition, where you have repetitions of words. You have alliteration, where here two or more words beginning with the same letters are used. You may be knowing these very well. You have assonance, where there's a repetition of vowels. And you have consonants, where there is a repetition of consonants. I'll be doing this in another video. Please look out for the link in the description box or in the end slide. Now continuing with the literary or poetic devices, let's move forward. Poets use a specific structure of words. For example, onomatopoeia, where the words are the words that refer to a particular sound. Then you have the pun, which is actually a word which has more than one meaning. This is used to create humor. Then you have, of course, the rhyme. You have a rhyme scheme, which can be of a particular nature, like the ones you can see that I have uploaded in the poems. And you can have free verse, blank verse, where there is no rhyme scheme. You have enjambment, where the line is not ending the sentence, which means the sentence flows to the next line. This is how thoughts of a poet are displayed or are portrayed. And then you have the Iambic Pentameter. That's the meter. Put very plainly, this is the number of syllables that a poet used. For example, an iambic pentameter means the poet has used 10 syllables, 5 short syllables and 5 long ones. More about that in a video later on. Now let's see what figures of speech are. A figure of speech is a particular kind of device that extends beyond the literal meaning of the words used, creating some figurative meaning. A figure of speech is a departure from the ordinary form of expression or the ordinary course of ideas in order to produce greater effect. Let's see a few of the figures of speech. So we have simile, which is a comparison of two objects using the word like or as. Metaphor again is a comparison of two objects but without the use of the word as or like. Personification is a figure of speech wherein an inanimate object is spoken of as if it has life. Antithesis is a rhetorical device wherein the opposite is actually suggested. An epigram is a figure of speech which is a satirical statement. Apostrophe is a figure of speech wherein an inanimate object or a person who is not present is spoken to. Let's look at a few more. Oxymoron is a figure of speech where contradictory terms are placed. Irony is a statement that seems contrary to what is expected. Hyperbole is an exaggeration, whereas euphemism is saying something harsh in a very mild way. Metonymy is a figure of speech that replaces the name of a thing with the name of a closely associated thing. Synecdoche is a figure of speech in which the part is represented as the whole or vice versa. Climax and anticlimax, as the word suggests, is an descending order of ideas and an ascending order of ideas. So the descending order of ideas is anticlimax and an ascending order of ideas or words is climax. I will be doing all these in greater detail in groups a little later. Thank you for learning with joy. Stay blessed, stay joyful.